What's up guys, it's Apollo Uchiha here and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back with a new short movie. The name of this short movie is What If Naruto Had Maxed Out Reflexes. And yeah guys, it is an unscripted story and my own idea. Now before continuing this, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. And as for not uploading for the past 2 days, it was because, well, whatever I was uploading seemed like, well, you guys weren't enjoying, and to be honest I was quite demotivated. And yeah, I just wanted to take a break. Maybe, I wasn't making stories like good as before. That is why I took the break for the past 2 days. And yeah, hopefully you enjoy the stories now. Anyways, finger crossed, without any further ado, let's begin with our today's movie. Roll the intro. Our story begins 6 months later, after the third Great Shinobi War in Konoha Gakure no Sato. As we see, Minato Namikaze was the newly instated Hokage of the said village, as Hiruzen Sarutobi, the third Hokage, has finally retired, passing on the hat to him. As we see him arrive at home, where he was met with the sight of his wife and the Biju known as Kurama speaking through, well, their bond that they shared. You see, the thing was that as Kushina was growing up, she, instead of hating the Biju like her predecessor Mito did, tried to understand it, and both of them formed a connection and a bond like that of siblings. As both of them were seemingly discussing something, and Kushina was worried as Minato arrived inside now. Kushina? Is everything alright? Oh, Minato, you're back. Yes, I'm back, said Minato, chuckling, looking at the time. See? As Kushina then chuckled nervously, as Minato raised an eyebrow, and that is when he asked, Kushina, what is it? Nothing, as that is when Kyubi took over Kushina and turned. Kushina is, well, scared, because she does not know how to tell you that she is pregnant. Oh, I see. As that is when we see Kurama with a smirk disappeared as Kushina arrived. Kurama, what the hell? As after that we see a flustered Kushina as Minato, who was now in shock, realized what the words meant actually. Wait, what? You mean that I'm going to be a... Yes, Minato, you're going to be a father. And I want to make it into a surprise. Just because of someone, you have to find out that way. As Minato then literally ran and grabbed Kushina by her waist and began to swing her in circles, happily that their family was finally going to expand, because he was an orphan by birth and she was turned orphan because of war, and they both found solace in each other's embrace. But as time began to pass down, the time came near when the child was about to be born, as finally the day came, or the night came, when Naruto, the son that they were going to have, as they thought of a name of, was going to be born. As everything was going great, they even chose an undisclosed location outside on the outskirts of the village, where no one would try to harm them while they were the most vulnerable. We see that something happened, as a masked person appeared, as in his hand was their child Naruto, and Kushina looked down instantly with shock-filled eyes to see that Naruto was replaced with a rock in her hands. How? As Minato then said, who are you? And what do you want? Hand over that child to me. Relax, Minato. Why so many questions? Allow me to answer. Enough. Just tell me what you want and hand over the kid. I'll tell you what I want. As he pointed towards Kushina, I want the Biju. And you can have your son. I promise no harm's done. In exchange, nothing more going on here. Minato. As suddenly Kurama took over. Do it. I'll come with you. Ah, the Kyubi himself. As we see, Kyubi then growled, Madara. As the masked person chuckled, leaving a shocked Minato there. What? I can sense that Sharingan and its energy anywhere. It has to be him. You bastard. I'm gonna rip you to shreds. As the Kyubi lunged towards, well, Madara, the child was thrown up as Minato caught the child, and Kyubi then said, Leave this to me. But Kushina, you think that I won't care for her? Of course I will. She is being healed as we speak now. Now go, Minato, and alert the others. I'll hold him off. As Minato left, the QB was put into a trance once more by the Sharingan, because the QB underestimated Madara in its weakened state. And let's just say Kushina was ripped out of the Biju, and the same unfortunate catastrophe happened in this world, as the QB no Yoko was released on the public, and Minato, having no other choice, he had to seal away the Biju. But this time around, he used the 10 pentagram seals, the same as Kushina, and sealed the Biju inside. But while doing so, as the Biju was still corrupted by the chakra of Madara, it pierced straight through the chest of both Kushina and Minato, only inches away from Naruto as Kyuubi regained control. As the civilians, shinobis, and even Hiruzen then heard, "Oh no, what have I done? Madara, you will pay for this!" This loud roar was more than enough to send chills down the spine of everyone as the Biju was sealed. As Hiruzen then arrived there, Minato, Kushina, only to find that both of them had passed away and died in the battle. As he picked up Naruto, as now we see, the shinobis looked solemn towards him. "We will prepare for a grand funeral tomorrow. Clear up the, bodies from here," he said with a heavy heart. As now we see Hiruzen walking with Naruto in his arms throughout the whole village. As some of the civilians who were able to survive then arrived and said, "Hokage-sama, what was the Biju saying about Madara? What does the QB mean?" We don't know. Unfortunately, Minato was not able to tell us, but I heard that a masked person appeared there with the Sharingan, and QB's eyes were seen lit with Sharingan, and the last word it said was Madara. "We're going to have a meeting. You don't need to worry about anything." As the civilians, now scared, had somewhat of hope that their Kage might be able to do something. As now we see Hiruzen handing over child to Yugao, and Kakashi arrived inside, as the whole council chamber was filled up already with the wounded and marked shinobis, as well as the civilians who had dirty clothes and tattered clothes, indicating that they were out there for survival. "Okage-sama, before this meeting begins, nobody will speak," said Hiruzen, as the civilian remained quiet and sat down. "First of all, I would like all of you to share a moment of silence for the Minato and Kushina who have sacrificed their life alongside many of the shinobis and civilians who have died today, as that is what they did. Now, this meeting is in session," said Hiruzen, as one by one, each of them began to ask the questions, and Hiruzen began to answer of how the repairs were going to handle, until Danzo was the most important one. "What did the Biju mean by, Madara, Hiruzen?" Turns out that Kyuubi thinks that it was Madara who was there. I have a suggestion," said Inoichi. "What is it, Inoichi?" "I would like to go into the mindscape of Naruto to talk to the Biju. I mean, if it is Madara, then we have to be prepared. I mean, there is no first Hokage here this time around to protect us from him, and he was known as the Yami no Shinobi, to be honest. And yeah, I have heard tales where he single-handedly defeated the whole armies. As many of the shinobis knew, what Inoichi has said was not exaggerated, especially the elders and the Hokage, as they still could feel chills run down their spine when they were Genins, as they saw Madara destroying armies upon armies single-handedly with a sinister smile on his face. "If that is true, then it is worth the shot, Hiruzen," said Homura, as Danzo and Koharu nodded. "Fine. But be careful. The Kyuubi might be grieving." "Grieving? You will find out." As Inoichi entered Naruto's mindscape, as after the arrival he saw that, instead of a bar, Kyuubi was laid in a forest, tears falling down from its eyes. Guilt-ridden face was meted with Inoichi. "What do you want, Ningen?" I want to ask you a question. It is about Madara." I was hearing. "Then it is correct. It was Madara indeed. He was the first one who put me in a trance and attacked your village all those years ago. And he did that again after hundreds of years, and I couldn't do anything. I even ended up killing my own friends. But I promise you this much. If the civilians ever try to harm Naruto because of me, they will pay a lot dearly with their lives. Because this child is under my protection. I am his ward from Kushina's side, his godparent. And with these words said, Kyuubi kicked out Inuichi from the mindscape. As Inuichi arrived, covered in cold sweat, as he was panting heavily. What did you find? I talked to it, and turns out Kushina and Kyuubi was allies, and not only that, it was Madara indeed. Kyuubi says so itself, and also a warning to all of us and civilians. What warning? Said some of the civilians and even Hiruzen now with interest. If they try to harm Naruto because of him, they will pay dearly. Because Naruto is his ward, as it is his godparent from Kushina's side. As everyone was shocked with this revelation, but they at that moment decided that they will follow Hiruzen's words. Alright, Naruto is to be placed in the orphanage under Naruto Uzumaki, guys, and no one will reveal his true nature to the civilians who have induced and suffered so much, because Kyuubi has given us a warning and a chance. They can be the potential allies to the village in the future, Danzo. Everyone. For what Minato and Kushina has held, and what Hiruzen is saying, it has potential. We should really listen to his words, as everyone agreed. And after that we see Naruto's life peacefully begin into the village. As 8 years passed, as Naruto was now seen in the beginning of the academy, as soon as he arrived there, he was met with bullies who were fresh out of, academy and were Ganins, as they were ragging the new incomers. And let's just say, when it was Naruto's turn, Naruto was surprised when each punch they threw, Naruto was able to dodge. Hold still, said the strongest Genin, and the Rookie of the Year from their, batch, which was a senior of them, was shocked as he arrived there. Hey kid, how about a spar with me? But I'm not even a shinobi. I just, it's my first day. It's alright. We just want to test out something. As Naruto reluctantly agreed. As the Rookie of the Year charged towards Naruto, Naruto was able to dodge each and every bit of the punch. To him, the punches seemed quite slow, to be honest. And he, in a mere moment, jumped down, dodging a kick, and with a leg sweep, he knocked over the Rookie of the Year, whose eyes were filled with shock and then with laughter, as he then got up, clearing up his clothes. You know what, kid? You have a bright future ahead of us. And you as well. As after that we see, with a chuckle and hearty laugh, he wished Naruto best of luck and left. As Naruto's academy years just began like that. While on the other side, the onlookers, the shinobis, as well as Hiruzen, who was monitoring this with the elders, were impressed. Impressive. It seems as if he has a knack for reflexes. How about we test that out? Said Danzo, as the three elders looked at him. What? You seriously going to test out a kid? Of course I am. I mean, we have to test it out. How far does his potential take him? The academy will only hold him back, Hiruzen. You and I both know if he has a potential for this, his ranks are amongst Anbus, and I'm gonna make sure that he is amongst the ranks if that is possible. As now we see, after the first day of the academy, the night arrived as Naruto was in his apartment now, separated from the orphanage where he was living. As in nighttime we see Naruto suddenly woke up as he dodged a barrage of kunais as they embedded on the bed. As now we see Naruto dodging each and every bit of the shinobis wearing blank face masks attacking him, even the katana. And then he picked up a fork to hold the katana still, and with a twig of the fork he was able to break the katana in half, leaving the shinobi even quite shocked. As Naruto then began to dash towards the door. And he did, and dashed away towards the Hokage office. Impressive. With the fork he was able to break a katana. Well, luckily enough, he was able to pinpoint the weakest point of that katana and get leverage over it. As suddenly we see the shinobis were able to arrive there, bowing in front of Danzo. The assessment has been done, Danzo-sama. The kid has quite a talent. and it would be wasteful if he remains in the academy any longer. So what do you say, Hiruzen? Hmm. Fine, but Naruto will have, or at least try to have, a normal childhood. Well, I guess that's something we can try. As after that we see Naruto while heading towards the academy next day, after being comforted by his Gigi in night, was stopped by, well, Hiruzen himself. Naruto? Before going to the academy, what is it, Gigi? I have something to talk to you about. My boy. As the three other elders walked in. You see, this is, I know, the elders, Danzo-sama, Koharu, and Homura-sama. As the three of them smiled. Good. As Hiruzen then stood up and said, they have, well, been making suggestions to me, and I think it is a waste of time if you stayed in the academy. What? But I know you want to be a shinobi, and I think that you will be more fitted for the Anbu ranks, Naruto. And that is why I am going to be handing over your training to Danzo as well as Team Ryu. And Anbu Commander Dragon will be personally watching over your training, as the Anbu Commander Dragon jumped down behind him as Naruto literally was scared. Quite a quick-witted kid, but well, I guess you're still a kid. You got scared. We can fix that. As after that we see Naruto with bright eyes agreed to this, but now we see him at the age of 13 with a stern expression on his face. A cool job, this said. As now we see him currently coming back covered in a little bit of blood because of his raid at a nearby bandit camp with his team, which was Team Ryu, his ward. As Inu, his team commander, then said, "Oh, calm down, Fox. Everything was alright. Well, I'm more mad at Dragon-sama. He told me that this will be a change of life in terms of events, and guess what I'm doing? Nothing else. They won't even let me on a solo mission like you all have went." As Yugao then said, "Calm down, Naruto. In all given due time." As Tenzo then said, "Yes, Naruto." As finally Kakashi then said, "Okay, be aware we're entering the village." As after entering the village we see they dash in the shadows and arrive at Hokage office, Naruto keeping up with them. As now we see all of them were bowing as Naruto, well, little bit stumbled, bowed still, as Kakashi and the other side, and stifled their chuckle. As Dragon, as well as Danzo and Hiruzen was standing there. "So, Team Ryu, what's the status?" "The sword has been recovered." As the Raijin sword of the second Hokage was recovered. And guess what, Hokage-sama? It was Fox who was able to get the final blow on him. "Good. You have done well, Fox." As after that we see Fox nodded, and as everyone was about to leave, Dragon said, "Fox, why don't you remain here while the rest you can leave?" As Naruto sighed. "What is it, Dragon-sama?" "How about be my training partner as well for the rest of the week while you're, well, on your vacation?" As the group chuckled, because knowing Dragon, it was the whole day of, well, hard-ass training with him and sparring and trying to avoid his attacks. As Naruto grumbled, but stifling a smile, he said, "Of course, it will be my pleasure." "Huh, good to know. Now beat it, kid." As after that we see Naruto with slumped shoulders left. As Hiruzen said, "You know you're being too hard on him." "Well, it's for my own fun purposes, and still he's my ward, so yeah, I'm gonna train him. He's one of my soldiers, Hokage-sama. And Anbus are the elite of the elites of shinobis. Naruto, even though being a kid, he's one of us. He has to endure this, and much worse out there. That is why I'm doing this." "That is correct, Hiruzen. And I humbly agree with Dragon as well." As after that we see Naruto's week, while the others relaxed in front of him, was, well, passed like this, being a ragdoll for Dragon. As now we see the final day came as he was resting now. My muscles, they ache so much. As finally, at the age of 13, we see Naruto, who was a Chunin now, fell asleep on his birthday. And once he woke up, it was Dragon, as he was there with confetti in his hand. "Surprise, kid, wake up. You are being graduated to again. Wait, what? What do you mean? Isn't it like a demotion?" Well, yes, from Anbu ranks you're still a tuning, but in civilian ranks you're going to be a Gerin. Wait, what? What do you mean by that, Dragon-sama? I thought that I was an Anbu. You're an Anbu kid, but we also have other life behind the mask, and since Hokage-sama wants you to be a normal human as well, yeah, you're gonna have to do that all over again. And surprise, surprise, today is the day when the test will happen for the Genins this year around, and you have a nice shot at passing it. Oh my god. Fine. Can I at least change up? Nope. Wear this and get ready. Wait, this thing? Yes, it is a stuff filled orange suit left by your mother. Really? Nah, I'm just kidding with you. It's my gift for you. But it's an eyesore. It'll make me a standout target. My point exactly, so that you don't run away. As Naruto grumbling put it up the orange classic jumpsuit, as now we see him without any headband, walking inside the academy again, as he sat down in Iruka Umino and Mizuki's class. As Naruto was given the test, he was shocked by the questions. And then he noticed the genjutsu as he was able to break through it. As now we see Naruto was done with the test, but he was feeling a lot of malicious intent towards him. Oi, Kurama, what is it, kid? Do you sense some malicious intent in the, room as well? It's coming from that second sensei of yours who delivered you the paper. Really now? I have a plan. If you, I'm always in for some mischief, kid. As now we see, as Mizuki arrived there to take the paper from Naruto, Naruto gave him the test paper, but his eyes then morphed into red with slits, as his teeth turned into canines. Fair enough, sensei, he said in a low, grumbling voice, before Mizuki was scared, before he cleared his eyes to see that Naruto was back to normal, as he said, Are you alright, sensei? Everything fine? Yes, everything is fine, Naruto. As that moment, Mizuki was scared more than for his life than anything. And after that, we see Naruto and Kurama chuckling with each other in their own mindscape, as the second test began. And finally, the test was a sparring match, and Sasuke Uchiha was being called the Rookie of the Year. And he, being a boastful and egotistical idiot he was, challenged Naruto. I challenge the new kid. He seems to have a kank and a hidden power that I wish to abolish, because I have become victor over all. Okay, if you say so. As Naruto entered the ring, as Naruto then said, Come at me with the intent to kill. And with these words, both Mizuki and Iruka realized that Naruto might be a seasoned shinobi if anything else. As taken back by the said thing, Sasuke still charged. Don't make me regret this. But instead of hitting him, he hit himself with the bag on the ground as Naruto was above him, his hand in a knife-like position near his neck. And you got yourself killed. Again, said Naruto. And this continued on for an hour until Iruka abruptly ended the match. Oh, come on, sensei, it was not quite fun, right? Even if it was, Naruto, the match has to continue for the others as well. As Sasuke then said, You're too much impatient, that's how, said Naruto, and these words alone caused Sasuke's eyes to go widen as Naruto sat down on the other side. Now Sasuke was in a turmoil. Was he really that impatient? Because these were the same words that his Nissan said to him. As finally after the, sparring matches ended, each of them had to show a jutsu, and Naruto showed multi-shadow clone jutsu, making 10 clones of him, exact replicas with even personalities, and they were solid clones. With each punch they would poof away, and Iruka had to give Naruto a headband for that. And surprisingly, everyone graduated that year, and Mizuki was seen gritting his teeth, and Naruto could see the ill intent towards him in his heart. Something is off about him, like he's hiding something, kid. Yes. I sense snake within him. Orochimaru? It can't be. Really? Yes. He can have his spies in the village, You're right. Maybe we should look into this. As the night fell, we see Mizuki approach Hokage office. As he was about to steal the scroll of sealing, taking the chance that Hokage wasn't there, Naruto arrived behind him and knocked him out. And when he woke up, Hiruzen, the elders, and Team Ryu was presented in front of him, and so was a kid with fox mask. What is going on here? Mizuki, you are hereby under arrest. Whatever you say will be taken in as an action against you. So choose your words carefully. Who was the one who was behind this operation of yours? What do you mean? I was here for a reason. I saw you myself trying to steal the scroll of sealing. And Fox doesn't lie, said Inu, the leader of the Ryu team. As Hiruzuna said, now tell us, Mizuki. But Hokage-sama, can you trust this kid who is dressing up as an Nanbu? As Naruto took off the mask, I am a Nanbu. Happened since I was 8. As Mizuki was shocked, now finally understanding why he felt some sort of, familiarity with the fox. You're the demon. As Naruto's eyes turned red with slits, of course I am, he said with a deep grumbling voice, as he was bonked on the head by Dragon. Oi, stop teasing him. Jeez, you had to do that, didn't you? You want to be my training session partner for once more? No, I'm sorry, sir. As Dragon then picked him up and began to wiggle him. Tell me, who sent you here? Is he trying to do his deep voice again? Said Naruto, as Denzo then shook his shoulders. As Dragon then turned. 1 week worth of training with me, beginning from tomorrow. Oh, sorry, sir. Please, can you reconsider? 2 weeks. Okay. 3 weeks. As Naruto remained quiet now, because Dragon was pissed. Now, tell me. Orochimaru, sir. As after that we see Mizuki was taken. No, that wasn't that easy. That hard? No. Naruto, don't forget to come by tomorrow. As Naruto grumbled, as everyone else snickered, because of Naruto's, idiocy, even if, after becoming somewhat of a shinobi, it was still evident that he was a kid. And so Naruto's 3 weeks worth of torture, more like training as it was labeled, came to an end, as Naruto the next morning had to go to his assigned teammate, which after arriving to the academy he found out for none other than Sasuke Uchiha and Sakura Haruno, a loud banshee fangirl of Sasuke. And turns out Naruto was surprised and did a double take when he saw who his sensei was, Kakashi Hatake, his team leader, otherwise known as Inu. Kakashi Sensei? Yes, said Kakashi with an eye smile. Huh, I have such cute Ganon. Now how about you arrive at the rooftop within 3 minutes so we can begin discussion. As within 3 minutes they were charging towards the rooftop, and once they arrived there, they saw that. Kakashi then said, well, you're quite late, so let's get going. As after the introductions were done, we see that the team training sessions began, where they had to do the bell test. Naruto in the end, after failing once, were able to convince them that they had to work together, and they passed, and so the Team 7 came into life. And now we see that they begin to do a lot of D-rank missions, and after doing so, Naruto craved something more, even missing his old team, recon missions. So he was assigned by Hiruzen himself alongside his team to Tazuna. As they went to Land of Waves, Naruto, being an Anbu, was able to take care of their assailants by spreading out his clones and dealt with them swiftly. And the whole transition to the point where the fog began to appear in the Land of Waves was seemingly nice, and that is when we see Naruto's clone emerged and took a hit from a sword while calling everyone to duck, as instantly Naruto used Futon Jutsu to clear out the mist, as there stood none other than 2 figures. These were the Demon of the Mist, otherwise known as Tabuzama Mochi, and a fake hunter nin. As Naruto then said, Sensei, what should we do? Formation A, Naruto, remember? But you have to be the one behind. Let me handle this. Kurama? Of course. As Naruto with his red eyes and slits dashed towards them, his hand extended into red huge fists as it clashed down on them, and Naruto unleashed his form of chakra constructs in the form of hands, was able to beat them, and then 9 tails appeared behind him as he was able to capture them and swing them to the other sides. Seeing that they were facing against a Jinchuriki, We see Thousand said, "Damn it! This was not in the job's description to deal with a Jinchuriki. Haku, we're retreating back." As after that we see Naruto then arrived there. Sasuke and Sakura both in shocked. Naruto then said, "Sensei, he said something about job description." As he looked towards Tazuna, "You have something you have been hiding from us." As Tazuna after that revealed the whole story about Gato and what he has been doing. Naruto, being the tracker and the envoy he was, went on a recon all his own after the permission granted. And let's just say the whole night was filled with screams of terror. And once Naruto returned, it was with the head of Gato and 2 scrolls, in which all the money was preserved and some of the captured civilians were saved as well. As Naruto took a huge bath and his clothes were washed, we see Naruto resting. And the next morning, the village celebrated and the bridge builder told him that he was going to complete the bridge on his own, but Naruto insisted that he do so. And after it was completed, we see that Team 7 finally returned. But as soon as they did, a news was broken to them that the Chunin exams were near, right around the corner. While the other 2 Genins left, we see Naruto and Kakashi standing. As Dragon appeared, as Naruto gasped, "Yeah, what is it, Dragon-sama, this time?" "What do you mean this time, kid? You make my heart hurt. How about a trading session? I've been bored, and the Anbus, to be honest, doesn't match up your stamina, or my stamina, because they always pass out after 2 minutes or so." "Well, you have a monstrous stamina, so yeah, it was bound to happen," Naruto said, mumbling in his mouth. "How about 1 week worth of more, huh? Since you're so enthusiastic. Come on, we start from today." "Wait, what? Wait!" As after that we see Naruto's 1 week worth of relaxation passed in the training session, but it was fortunate for him because the Chunin exams were now here and he was prepared for them. All thanks to Dragon-sama, or as he called him, Demon. As now we see, he met with his team as they arrived inside the hall where there's a lot of Genins. Sasuke was about to tell them as Naruto, "Stop it, Sasuke. If you do this, they will only hurt themselves because this is a test." The test has already begun as soon as we entered the building. As both Sasuke and Sakura was shocked. "Just follow me." As Naruto led them to the upper stairs where the real test was beginning. As the 2 other Genins went inside, we see Kakashi standing there. Naruto then said, "Okay, Sensei, talk. What's the reason of your visit? We all know that Jonins don't usually visit their Genins here." "Listen, Naruto, be careful around. There might be Orochimaru lurking, and some of his accomplices here." "Okay, I'll keep my eye open. But do you think who might be his target?" From the looks of it, he might be after Sasuke," said Naruto. "Because if anything Orochimaru wanted, it was immortality. And Sharingan, knowing Madara now, it had characteristics to it because he was too aware of the Madara and his attack on his parents and the Kyuubi. Because of Kurama. Calm down, Naruto. You will get him." "No, Kurama, we will." "Same thing, kid. But you have to stay calm. Don't let Orochimaru play with your head, and keep your team safe." "Not if you're gonna help me." "Of course. Obviously, kid. Always there." As the test began, we see as Ken and the team passed, and when the second test with Anko began, Naruto was teased by her, but in the end the test really began, and Naruto was suspicious of the Genin, who was able to sneak up on Anko and whom Anko was about to kill by accident. As Naruto then said after getting the scroll, "We're diverting." "What do you mean? This is the shortest route, Naruto." "You noticed that Genin that was trying to sneak up on Anko, Sensei?" "Yes," said Sakura as Sasuke nodded. "Something is off about her. We have to get to safety as fast as we can. We can't risk it." "Okay." As the 3 of them diverted and was able to avoid Orochimaru. As now we see Orochimaru in his Genin state and the others were able to enter and see that Team 7 was there as Naruto looked at him with narrowed eyes. As Orochimaru stumbled a little bit with wide eyes but then smirked, knowing fully well that he has been found out. But before he could leave, he was surrounded by Anbus and Hiruzen himself. "Orochimaru, my oh my, what a pleasant surprise you have here, Sensei. And looks like young Naruto is all not talk. He has lived up to the rumors. What do you want?" Something that I have piqued interest in." And you think we're gonna just let that slide? Said a voice as Jiraiya jumped down. As Orochimaru inaugurated his teeth. Jiraiya. I think that you're not happy to see me, old friend. Same could be said about me. Sensei, let me. As suddenly 18 chakra suppressors were slapped on Orochimaru as he was arrested. And soon after that we see Jiraiya met with Naruto. Good work, kid. You did a lot of good there. You were able to save not only Sasuke, but also yourself and your team. That's some teamwork and leadership skills there. As both of the Genins were shocked, and not only that, Hokage said Naruto in my office later on for the report. And that is when they begin to notice that Naruto did a salute and followed them, out of habit. As Kakashi was approached by the both. Sensei, what is Naruto's truth? He acts like a seasoned shinobi, I know. He has been within the Anbu since he was 8 and has reached the ranks with us. He is a tune-in by Anbu rank, but now, as his official normal life rank, he is a Genin who is advancing towards shooting. Really? Yes, he is at least a mid-Jonin level strength and fighter. That is why he's level-headed, because of the stress he was put under. Thanks to Dragon-sama and by us, Team Ryu. Yes, I'm the commander. But it is against... As Kakashi eyes smiled and said, and then I hope you can keep this a secret. As both of them nodded. Now knowing fully well why Naruto was able to beat Sasuke, and not only that, he was not mocking them, was giving them pointers, which Sasuke surprisingly has taken to heart and has changed a lot. As now we see, as Naruto on the other side arrived in the office, he was met with Jiraiya and the elders alongside with Hiruzen. Naruto, I am aware that you know about Jiraiya and his existence, right? Yes, he's supposed to be a godfather who is a pervert and on the run because he's too much infatuated with writing down his porn books. As Jiraiya then face-palmed and said, Hey kid, don't do me like that. I at least visited you sometimes. Okay, fine, old man, what do you want? I'm not that old, kid. Yeah, whatever, Arasani. As he face-palmed again, and then he rose. Enough with this, kid, said Jiraiya, a little bit now annoyed. As Naruto then chuckled alongside the rest. Listen up. The Akatsuki. You know about them, right? Yeah, a mercenary group made out of S-rank shinobi, surprisingly, from different villages. And Orochimaru was surprisingly once a part of that. Yes. Turns out they are doing something shady. Something big behind all of this facade and facade. What? They want to capture all the Bijus. What? Why? To revive the Ten Tails, said Kyuubi, taking over Naruto, shocking everyone. What? What do you mean, Kyuubi-san? The Ten Tails. We are all an extension of him. And if it is revived after the 9 Bijus are gathered, wait. It cannot be revived like that. Does they have a Rinnegan user? Turns out their leader has Rinnegan. No. This is not good. Not good at all. If the Ten Tails is revived, the world is doomed for. What do you mean doomed for? Kaguya Otsutsuki, the rabbit goddess, the evil mother of the Sage of the Sixth Path whom he defeated and sealed, will return. And she will consume the life and chakra from the earth. As everyone was left baffled and shocked. But isn't it? No, it's not a tale. Me being here is a justification because I have lived at that time. As everyone was now in deep shock. Then what are we gonna do now? What do you suggest, Kyuubi? We have to do a attack. Surprise one. There is no other way. The statue, it can't be destroyed. Even if we do, it will be rebuilt itself with the help of chakra within 10 years. The soul, the rampant soul of a demon 10 tails exists within it. We cannot let it escape and rebreathe itself into life in this world. Then what do you suggest? I'm gonna have a meeting with the other Bijus and Jinchuriki in the place of the sage in Mindscape. You all gather a Kage summit and bring their Bijus there as well. Request them, as you will. As all of them looked at each other, as Kyuubi then closed his eyes and sat down on the couch in a meditative state. As Naruto and Kurama appeared in a deep darker mindscape where in new circles all 9 Bijus and their Jinchurikis are. Huh? What the hell? Where are we? Said Naruto as he saw the other figures. As Shikaku then said, Oi, Baka Fox, what is the meaning of this? Mother, is that enough, you kid? As now we see the others were also surprised. The Akatsuki, I'm here to warn you about them. They are trying to revive the Ten Tails. They are after us. What? What do you mean by that? Said Yurishito. What is Ten Tails? As the images of the Ten Tails and its raw power and strength were shown, and it was shown that how, in the nick of time, the sage and his brother combined strengths were able to defeat it, and leaving them quite exhausted. Even the sage had a lot of trouble. What are we gonna do? Said the others, as the Bijus then said, if we all don't combine and are not taken by them, the Ten Tails won't form, but what Kurama has said is right. We have to do something. So what's the plan? Contact your Kages for a Kage summit. And then we discuss our surprise attack on them. As everyone agreed to this, as Kyubi turned to Shikaku. Shikaku, please, for the rest of us and our family, remain calm and cooperate with him. I don't have to like this, but I will, Kurama, for the sake of it. Because of the seriousness and gravity, even the, well, also bantering and talkative Tanaki was now serious. As now we see, a few weeks later, the letters returned, and the other Kages agreed to a Kage summit. And at the Kage summit, Naruto and the other Bijus testified that what they were saying was true, and a surprise launch attack was happened on the hideout after finding out that they were in Amegakure, arresting them and killing those with power, and even Zetsu was killed. And finally, because of their escapade, they all felt closer to each other thanks to the Jinchurikis and brought peace to one another as well, eradicating evil. And Naruto was able to graduate and become a chunin in both his civilian life, or more like normal shinobi life, and his Anbu life, and then rose to a jonin rank. As he was now the second choice, best choice after Hiruzen to become a Kage as the fifth, we see that Dragon was still using him as a training test dummy. And the rest of the world, well, it was safe. As this is where I'm going to be leaving this story off, guys. I hope you like this one, and if you do, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. And please do leave your comments, because I will be making them soon. And yeah, this is Apollo Uchiha, and I'm signing off for the day. Peace.